So we've definitely enjoyed our experience. We've definitely utilized this opportunity to enjoy our liberties while they're still intact before communism takes over the country completely, or whatever happens. There are plenty of assumptions that have been made about what's going to go down in the future. Because I'm not God, and I'm also not the elite. I don't know what's going to go down. I can read the Bible and I can speculate, and I can watch the news and look at history, and then read the Bible again and speculate, and I can follow the numbers, and I can crack the code, figure stuff out if I analyze it long enough, but I really just don't feel like doing that anymore. I'm not in the mood. I just want to enjoy what I can enjoy while I can enjoy it, where I can enjoy it, how I can enjoy it, and not be all consumed with everything that's going down or everything that might go down. Because God still has the upper hand. God's still in control. I mean, these motherfuckers they wouldn't be going out of their way to play God if God wasn't real. So ultimately, it's up to Him what He decides to do and what He lets people get away with. And I do think there's a lot of evil in this world, and I think that all of these nations are pagan. And if you just look at the kind of stuff that's in our culture that we've totally embraced, it's like if God took back His promise to Noah and another flood came our way, I would not be surprised at all, because this is just so ridiculous. I know I bitch about technology a lot, but it's like the stuff that's on the technology. If you look at all the stuff that's like all the apps that you can use that just make you such a lazy sack of shit, and if you look at all the pornography that these kids are getting into, and how violent, how desensitized to violence and sexuality and all of that. It's just absolutely ridiculous that this is what we call a culture, So it would not surprise me at all. I was just watching the waves today, and they scare me. They really scare me when they start coming. They scare me, but it's also kind of exciting at the same time. It's that would be kind of cool if one just took me out and it was all over after that. But unfortunately, I feel like we're going to have to go through some pretty terrible tribulations before, we are lucky enough to get the fuck out of this bitch. But I don't know then, man. I don't know. It's not fair for me to say, because like I said, I'm not God, and I'm not the people that are attempting to run the show, so I know I need to go to sleep, but I figured that I'd shoot some videos out here because I really like this location. It's pretty cool. See? I know I've shown you already, but I'm going to show you again. This is the Indigo Inn that me and Judson are staying at. No pool. It's really, really old school. Mainly because it's historic and it's in the middle of the city of Charleston. So pretty nice. You know, I always feel guilty because I really do appreciate things, but I feel like I can't appreciate them the way that normal people appreciate them, you know? Like, I say thank you, or I try to be, like, I try to express my gratitude in various ways, but I feel like it's not conventional the way that I express it, so it feels meaningless, but I don't know. I really do appreciate Judson. And not just for like the person that I want him to be, but like the person that he actually is. Because he really understands me, man. Like better than anybody I've ever met. Like whenever we start talking, it's crazy like how alike we are. But neither one of us can be conventional, so it's kind of silly to even think that we could be in like a real relationship. Because a real relationship is something that real people do. But then again, it's like he and I are like 1,000 times more real than all these fucking cyborgs that can't stop staring at the phone. But because we're both crazy, well, I probably should speak for him, but you know, I'm sure he'd agree with me. Because we're both crazy, it seems like we're both cartoons. So I don't think it's even remotely possible for us to have anything other than a cartoon relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like normal people, sheep, the general public, whatever the fuck you want to call them. The cyborgs. It's like they're gonna have those kinds of relationships. You know, but they were always that way though. Like before the smartphones, before the internet, like, you know, those types of people that they just don't question anything. They just do what they think they're supposed to do. You know, like, oh, well, I'm supposed to date this person and then we're supposed to get married and procreate, da-da-da-da, you know, like, so many people are like that, you know, da-da-da-da-da-da, like, everything is, like, on a timetable. You know, I'm just not like that, man. But there's a part of me that's like kind of envious of people that are like that, because I feel like it would be so much simpler and I would enjoy things. But then again, you know, there's still this emptiness that a lot of those people feel, and they don't really know how to pinpoint it because they're ashamed of it. And so they usually end up getting on psychiatric medication or seeing a therapist or some shit like that. Or they probably read some Eckhart Tolle. You know, like, these are people that just can't handle the fact that life is not fulfilling the way that they want it to be. But people such as myself, you know, we're very aware of this shit, and we can see it in other people. And though we're kind of jealous of that happiness that other people experience, it's like, is it really anything to write home about? Like, it's just not, it's not that good. Like, nothing's that good. It's really not. Like, life is so fucking lame. But there's a lot of stuff though that is really good. You know, just mainly nature. Anything involving God is good. Anything involving people, not so much. But you know, good people, good God people. You know, that's where it's at. But you know, I really suck at being with anybody but myself. Okay, the bitch is finally leaving. There was this chick on her phone. She was sitting down here. She didn't even know I was down here. She's just like doing this. Completely unaware of her surroundings. It's okay. Maybe she'll get hit by a bus one of these days.